Before I spoke a word, you were singing over me. You have been so, so good to me. Before I took a breath, you breathed your life in me. And you have been so, so kind to me. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, it chases me down, fights till I'm found, leaves the 99. I couldn't earn it, and I don't deserve it. Still, you give yourself away. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Yeah. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, it chases me down, fights till I'm found, leaves the 99. And I couldn't earn it, I don't deserve it. Still, you give yourself away. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God.
Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome to CDA, from my house to your house.
Buenos días, niños y niñas, y bienvenidos a Casa de Alabanza, pero de Children Church, de mi casa a su casa. Wow, Yair, tenemos una gran lección hoy en este día y vamos a estar hablando de la coraza de la justicia.
Well, kids, today we have a very, very special message today. Today we're going to talk about the breastplate of righteousness.
Okay, so are you guys ready? Everybody's ready? Say, yes, I'm ready. Okay, listos? Vamos.
Today's big idea is the breastplate of righteousness protects our hearts. Our Bible story is found in Daniel 3:8-30, where Daniel's friends were thrown into the fire. Our reference verse is found in Ephesians 6:10-18 and Deuteronomy 6:25. The men who would not bend. King Nebuchadnezzar built a huge golden statue. It was gold from head to foot. Maybe the king had forgotten the dream God sent him to tell him his kingdom of gold would not last forever. Maybe he thought if he built a statue made completely of gold, then God's word in his dream would not come true. One of the king's servants read the order to all the people. You shall fall down and worship the golden statue, and whoever does not fall down and worship will be thrown into the middle of a burning fiery furnace. Everybody did what the king ordered, except for 3 men. These men were Hebrews. They were Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, friends of Daniel. It seems Daniel wasn't there at the time, for surely he too would have refused to worship a man-made idol. The king's wise men were jealous of Daniel and his friends because the king liked them. So they said, "There are 3 men whom you have placed rulers over the province of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These men, O king, do not obey you. They do not serve your gods, nor worship the golden statue which you have set up." King Nebuchadnezzar was filled with rage. He warned them, "If you do not worship, you will be thrown into the middle of a burning fiery furnace, and which God will deliver you out of my hand?" The king was making a big mistake. He was really challenging the living God. The 3 Hebrew men knew it was against God's law to worship a statue. They stayed standing because they trusted God. They were not afraid of the king. These 3 men had an answer for the king. They said, "Our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace. But if not, let it be known to you, O king, that we will not serve your gods nor worship the golden statue which you have set up." King Nebuchadnezzar was furious. He commanded that they should heat the furnace 7 times more than it was usually heated. Still, the men would not kneel. The king commanded mighty men in his army to tie up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and to throw them into the burning fiery furnace. The furnace was so hot that the men who threw Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego into the fire were killed by the heat. The king watched from a safe distance. He saw the 3 men being thrown right into the middle of the blazing furnace, but that's not all he saw. King Nebuchadnezzar was amazed. Did he not throw the 3 men bound into the middle of the fire? He asked his helpers. "Yes," they replied. He said, "Look, I see 4 men loose walking in the middle of the fire, and they are not hurt. And the 4th one is like the Son of God." Moving close to the door of the burning fiery furnace, the king cried out, "Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, servants of the Most High God, come out!" Then Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came out of the fiery furnace. Everybody gathered around and examined the 3 Hebrews. They had seen that the fire had no power to burn them. Their hair wasn't scorched and their clothes were not burned. There was not even the smell of fire on them. When he realized what had happened, King Nebuchadnezzar did something very wise. He prayed and said, "Blessed be the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who has sent his angel and delivered his servants who trusted in him."
Hola, hoy les voy a leer Deuteronomio 6:25. Y tendremos justicia cuando cuidemos de poner por obra todos estos mandamientos delante de Jehová nuestro Dios, como Él nos ha mandado.
And if we are careful to obey all this law before the Lord our God as he commanded us, that will be our righteousness. Deuteronomy 6:25.
Good morning, guys and girls. Welcome back. Today's we're going to be doing arts and crafts with you guys. Today's big idea talks about the breastplate of righteousness that protects our heart. What is righteousness?
Being right with God.
Doing the right thing to keep sins out of our hearts. On today's Bible story, you can find it in Daniel 3:8-30, and our scripture reference Ephesians 6:11-18. So on today's arts and crafts, you will be needing a brown paper bag, the big ones, or if you don't have any, if you can find those at a local grocery store. You can use gift bags, so you would just remove this top part. Glue sticks, markers, scissors, duct tape, construction paper of any color that you choose, and 1 red construction paper. So let's get started. You will first grab your construction paper and you will fold it in half, like a taco. Like that, and we'll fold it one more time in half, and then half again. After you get to this part, you could draw on any shape that you like. We did little patterns like this, but you could do anything that you like, squares, circles, anything you like. So, well, I will draw it, we'll draw it like this, and another one. The reason we do it like this is for we could get actually more out of one. So then you will go ahead and cut it out.
I know that I'm your own.
They come out like this, but then you would just grab them and cut them in half from here. And then cut them in this part as well, cut them in half. So we had them already pre-cut. So from now, you will grab the glue stick and you will put glue on the paper bag. Make sure you always start from the bottom up from your paper bag. So we will place glue just like this. We already had it half done. And you will start creating a pattern, just a different colors. So let's go yellow, green, yellow, green, yellow, green. So Andre will go ahead and finish that off, and we will continue with the next step while he's doing that. So you will grab your red construction paper. We're using red foam paper that has the sticker in the back, but you can use any red paper that you have at home. So you will grab your marker and you will go ahead and draw a heart. And then you will go ahead and cut it. So let's go ahead and help Andre finish this off.
These bones to rise, and with the breath you brought me back to life.
Once you fill the whole breastplate all the way, then we will go ahead and glue your heart on there. So, but ours is a sticker, so we'll place it in the middle. Once you do that, you will write the word righteousness right above. So let's move to the next step. Now, you will you'll get your other paper bag, brown paper bag, and separate it at least 12 inches. If you don't have a ruler to measure that, just try to guess of how much that is, okay? So then you will go ahead and grab your duct tape and place it at one end, the edge of the paper bag, just like this. Make sure that you always have someone helping you because it gets kind of sticky. Go ahead and hold it down. And once you do it on both sides, you will turn it around and do it again. And just line it up with the tape that's on there. Make sure you have someone helping you holding it down.
With you, everything is brought to life.
Both sides will be done. When it's completely done, it will look like something like this. So you have the breastplate of righteousness. So then you will put it over your head, and this will be the final product. Ta-da!
Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome to Sunday Fun Day. Today's game is called Water Wars, and what you need for this game will be some balloons and a few buckets, depending on how many teams you have. So the object of the game is to try to aim at the opponent's chest. So at the end of the game, if your chest is not wet, you won. But if your chest is wet, then you lost. So here we go.
I'll rest in the hope of your promise. You are good and your love, it will never change. No, you never change. I am found in the midst of your presence, where your grace will.
Hi, welcome back. It's Matthew and it's Aaron. What's up? For today's snack, we're gonna be making ice cream sandwiches out of cookies. But first, we're gonna tell you a story. Now, Eric's gonna tell you. So, for today's story, we are going to be learning how God is our bulletproof vest and how He protects us from sins from going into our heart. So, for our ingredients, we're gonna need heart-shaped cookie cutters. We're gonna need what's it called?
Cookie dough.
Cookie dough.
Ours is confetti kind, but you can use whichever ones you want.
And then we're gonna need ice cream for our ice cream sandwiches.
Now once you're done getting the cookie dough and making it flat, you're going to get your cookie cutter and cut it up. And then you take the edges out.
So now whenever you're done making it hard, you cut out the edges. So now that all the cookies got out of the oven, now we get the ice cream, and then you need spoons. You get the ice cream, and then you put it on your cookie. Rub it all around your cookie. It's hard a little bit, but yeah, I'm good at doing it. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Now it's time for the best part. Now we eat it.
Bye.
Ask an adult to record you reading one of these Bible passages, and we will add your video to our next program. The full armor of God, Ephesians 6:11-18. Shoes of the gospel of peace, John 16:33, and 1 Peter 3:15. Pídele a un adulto que te grabe leyendo uno de estos pasajes de la Biblia, y tu video saldrá en nuestro próximo programa. La armadura de Dios, Efesios 6:11-18, calzado del apresto del Evangelio, Juan 16:33, y Primera de Pedro 3:15.
Wow, what an amazing story, boys and girls. I have my son Jair. Jair, what do you think about the story today?
Well, I thought it was really, really brave how Daniel's friends were able to resist and to overcome not worshiping the statue of Nebuchadnezzar.
Yeah, it is amazing. You're right. Because if you think about it, those statues are made out of what men, right? Hands, out of men's hands, right? See, the Bible says that those statues, they have eyes, but they cannot see. Okay, they have mouths and they can attack. Okay, they have ear, they cannot hear. They have nostrils and they cannot smell. They have hand, they cannot move. They have feet, they cannot walk. So therefore, why? Why? Because they're man-made. See, one of the things, Jair, is that God is a jealous God. Okay, if we bow down to other gods, I would call it men's made God, right? So that's when God becomes very, very jealous about that, right? So and that's why we have to use, what is this called again?
The breastplate of righteousness.
Yes, and why is that, Yair? Why we have to use it?
Well, we use this breastplate of righteousness to protect our hearts. We use this to protect our hearts from things like false gods, man-made gods, and if we have this, God will protect us from not just false gods, but false teachings, sin. So this will protect us from evil, really.
Okay, so boys and girls, as you can see, okay, God, it is a jealous God, and we have to honor Him. He's the only God. I can tell you that He's the only God, that we should worship. So I hope you learned this lesson, today, and I'll see you guys next Sunday. Jair, thank you so much.
Yeah, of
It's been a
course.
pleasure. Bye.